Floki. Today we're going to start out here in Lindau, kind of where we left off. We got the pass rail all done. We have the bridge all done, which looks amazingly fantastic now. And of course, once again, it doesn't show. This actually was modeled off of the Golden Gate Bridge, and I had to actually, it was a whole thing to go and try and figure out what the angles were and how it all worked. This is the outgoing, so the incoming goes in up there. I've got a cactus that breaks the minecart, and it comes down here and feeds in here. That puts my minecart in. I can get in, and let's go across. Let's go back over to pass and see how it looks. Again, this came out amazing. This was so many end rods. And this was fun too because this is actually like a parabola that goes here from one to the other. So I try to make this as realistic as possible. So I actually have like dead end anchors over there. So we'll come up here and we'll cross across a little dry creek bed and go into a tunnel that I built. This uses signs and trapdoors. Looks pretty awesome like that. Kind of like a lagging wall going on. And then over here we've got a tie-back wall, and then we go across another little wooden bridge. Cow. And you come down here, and then we got another lagging wall here. See the lagging wall, and then we end over here and pass. So here we are, home and pass. And the next thing I wanted to show you is the Nether. Kind of similar to what Hermitcraft is doing, is I wanted to go and create the overworld in the Nether to kind of make it easier to figure out kind of where you are when we're moving around, because I wanted to make a whole bunch of portals in the Nether to make it easier. So I've got a scale model now of pass. It's not enormous. We still have to do the ceiling. I'm planning on doing a bunch with the ceiling. That's going to take a lot of work. That's going to be a pain in the butt. But I have now all of pass modeled. I actually had to go into the overworld and find things that are like these linear features like the rivers and find all the coordinates for them. And then I have an Excel spreadsheet and figure them out. And then the mountains were fun too because I also had to figure out the elevations of that and I had to transfer the elevations. So everything actually is to a 1/8 scale, including in like height. Aside from some of these, things that aren't exactly perfect, but hey. That's awesome. I also have my cute little clock tower here, which is right here. So, and I actually, even for like Herobrine, I even modeled his little base over here. He's got some blue glass sort of cubes and balls going on. Pretty awesome stuff. But it kind of makes it's neat to kind of walk around here and see exactly where everything is. It doesn't feel like this in real life. So going back to the overworld. This is my bunker. This is the bed area of my bunker. I've actually started mapping the entirety of the server, and I've got 2 maps done. This is taking forever. This is the widest scale you can do. Going back, we're going to go over... Oh my goodness. We're going to go over... This is the villager trading hall, which we kind of talked about. I never showed you inside of here. Here's all my villagers. I've got them all named to make life easier. And Mech has left all of his shulkers in here. He was doing a whole bunch of trading. He sells a lot on the server, so he was doing a ton of trading in here. These are all my farmers, and I've been basically surrounding this whole outside with my other good librarians, so we've been working on filling that up. And then this is my breeder over here. This has kind of been changed. I've been working on this and changing this. Kind of went to, I saw what Iskal did, and so I've gone to that to try and make this better. And I'm still in the process of working on it. So I've got all my villagers in here. They've got their heads stuck in the glass. That's supposed to help somehow to go and help them stay closer, I think. I started out just throwing the potatoes on their head, but now I'm planning on working on a water stream. So apparently if a villager's within 3 blocks of a potato or a vegetable or something like that, they'll pick it up. So my intent is just to have a water stream going around here in a circle, and the potatoes just keep going around and around, and hopefully they'll pick them up. So what happens then is once we get a baby villager, they run around and they fall down in this water stream that's down below, and it'll get picked up by this minecart here. And the minecart goes up, and whenever you get a baby villager in there, for some reason it gets a little extra push, and then it goes up into my system here. And this is kind of like Mumbo's new trading hall. I couldn't get his system to work though exactly, so I had to modify this. So instead this uses the fence gates. And so I've got one in here. So they go up in there and they get in here and we let them grow up. This actually can hold about 9 villagers because it can hold the 5 down here, and then it can hold an additional 5 or 6 up top. Actually, that'd be 11 now, wouldn't it? So I've got that there, and so I've got this set up now. I've got a cute little god machine here. Now, I'll call up this guy and we'll see what he is. So, and what I've got is, like, I can call him up. I'll take him over here, and that brings him to my little inspection area. I can inspect him and see, what are you? Oh, you're a leather worker. Well, I don't need you. Well, okay, now there's 2 different things you can do for killing the villagers. The first and most popular that I always hear is people will go and have the villagers sent somewhere to be killed. The problem is, according to the wiki, that makes it then, if a villager is killed by something not the player, they will not breed for another 3 minutes. Whereas if the player kills them, what happens is that the player's reputation goes down. And the only thing the player's reputation affects, so far as I can tell, somebody tell me if I'm wrong, the only thing it affects is an iron golem. So an iron golem will have a greater chance of killing you if your reputation goes down. So, you know what? He's a leather worker. I've got him on the kill cycle. I do a manual kill, and then I just send off the minecart. It never works perfectly. There, the minecart goes, and it simply goes over here, and it runs into the cactus, and the cactus then goes in there and goes back into my system. If I had actually wanted to keep him, I would have switched this there. That goes to my green side, which then sends him over and down and over to the villager trading hall. I don't have a very sophisticated system for collecting them. I kind of do a manual thing. The main thing I wanted to do, before I used to have just tracks just going all over the place in here, and it was kind of a mess. So I finally have something clean now. You actually could make this a villager trading hall, to tell you the truth. The only problem is I've got kind of stuff in the way here. That's kind of the problem with this system, is you can't trade with them easily here. That's why I have a little inspection area. So that's all for today. That's pretty much the size of it. So I'll talk to you guys later. You like, you don't. Bye.